Welcome to our discussion on China's astounding development since the 1980s economic reforms. It's crazy how quickly the country evolved into the world's second largest
Yeah,
economy.
absolutely. It's like um, a transformation story for the ages. What do you think were the key drivers behind that rapid rise?
Well, the video we're diving into breaks it down into a few key sections: investment, education, and technology. Each played a pivotal role in pushing China forward.
Right, so starting with investment, what's the story there?
Investment was a cornerstone of the strategy. The Chinese government, along with significant private and foreign capital, pumped resources into infrastructure and industrial capabilities. We saw massive developments in transportation, urban building projects, and manufacturing plants.
Yep. And that sustained capital flow really set the stage for other sectors to flourish, right?
Exactly, it's like you build the room first before you furnish it. The heavy investment created a solid physical framework that allowed businesses to and technology to grow on a large
Right.
scale.
Interesting. But some might argue that such aggressive investment in infrastructure could lead to inefficiencies or even debt issues. What's your take on that?
That's a fair point, and sure, there's always a risk. But in China's case, the state driven model managed to coordinate these investments extremely efficiently to deliver rapid returns, though not without some challenges like overcapacity in certain sectors.
Yeah, I get it. When you're investing on such a massive scale, there are bound to be trade offs and occasional inefficiencies, but the overall strategy paid enormous dividends.
Absolutely. Now, moving on to education, which is another pillar, education reforms and an emphasis on skill development greatly contributed to the country's innovation drive.
Yeah, indeed. So, is it fair to say that this wasn't just about building factories, but also about building human capital?
Exactly. The government invested heavily in education reforms to produce a skilled workforce that could handle new technologies and adapt quickly to changing economic needs. It's like they weren't just building machines, they were building minds.
Right. That reminds me of how Silicon Valley often emphasizes both tech infrastructure and a skilled creative workforce to drive innovation.
Precisely. And that brings us to technology. The video emphasizes that technological advancement has been another key ingredient. China didn't just replicate what was done before. They took risks and pushed into new tech frontiers, from manufacturing efficiency to advanced digital infrastructure.
Absolutely. And it's really something because the relentless push in technologies like AI, robotics, and even renewable energies has reshaped its entire economic landscape.
Yeah, it's like they had these three overlapping waves: massive investment creating the physical base, education fueling human potential, and technology driving innovation and efficiency.
But here's something I've been mulling over. Do you think these high level investments and focus on education work in tandem because of centralized planning? Or is there something else at play?
That's an excellent question. I'd argue it's a combination, right? The centralized planning allowed for a cohesive long term strategy, but there was also a cultural element of diligence and rapid adaptation that came from within the people. It's like the government and the citizens were in sync with the vision.
Yep. So, sort of a multi layered approach. Top down planning combined with bottom up enthusiasm.
Exactly. And then, consider how the tech sector built on this foundation. The rapid growth in technology wasn't accidental. It was fueled by innovation hubs, research institutions, and importantly, policies that encourage tech transfers and collaborations with global partners.
Right. What's fascinating is how the government balanced market liberalization with retaining control over key sectors. It's a delicate dance. Too much control and innovation might suffer. Too little, and stability could be undermined.
And that's where the strategy really shines. They seem to have found that balance, steering the economy to grow while also keeping a firm grip on strategic sectors. It's like keeping your captain at the helm during a storm, yet letting the crew innovate.
Yeah. And the video wraps up with a conclusion that ties all these threads together, right? It points out that the coordinated efforts across investment, education, and technology not only transformed China's economy, but also redefined its role on the global stage.
Spot on. This holistic approach accelerated China's growth far beyond what many thought possible in such a short period, turning it into a superpower.
It really makes you wonder about future implications. For instance, could other emerging economies replicate this model, or is China's context unique?
That's a good question, and it's definitely a matter for debate. While some aspects like massive investment and educational emphasis can be emulated, China's unique historical, political, and cultural context gave it a distinctive edge.
Yeah, true. Right, each country has its own path, but China's experience certainly offers a blueprint or at least some interesting lessons.
Exactly. There are lessons in coordination between state and private sectors, resilience in policy making, and the willingness to invest in long term human and technological capital.
Absolutely. Now, one critique I might add, while the model is remarkable, it also comes with societal trade offs. Would you agree that rapid growth sometimes creates gaps or challenges like inequality or environmental issues?
Definitely. There's no sugarcoating it. Rapid development of such magnitude often brings challenges like regional disparities and environmental stress. The video touches on these indirectly by focusing more on the growth factors, but these issues are important for understanding the full picture.
It's a reminder that while economic success is impressive, sustainable development demands addressing the consequences as well.
Absolutely, and that's part of the ongoing narrative. China's model is dynamic and continually evolving, with policy shifts to tackle these emerging challenges.
Right. And speaking of evolution, the integration of technology seems to be accelerating even faster. With trends like digital currency and smart cities on the rise, how do you see that affecting the overall development model?
Good point. Technology is both a driver and a disruptor now. It's like you've got these smart cities and digital initiatives not only improving efficiency, but also, well, setting up entirely new ecosystems for innovation. This approach, while it brings challenges in terms of privacy and surveillance concerns, propels the economy into a new frontier.
Yes, that futuristic vision is definitely exciting, but it also makes us wonder about the balance between innovation and individual rights.
Absolutely. It's a delicate balance. But the pace at which technology is adopted in China is staggering, and it's transforming the economic landscape at every level, from manufacturing to digital services, and even into governance.
It's a fascinating interplay of strategic planning, massive capital flows, and a driven populace.
Exactly. So, to wrap it up, the video illustrates China's rise as a composite of aggressive investment, comprehensive education reforms, and rapid technological adoption, all under a centralized but adaptive governance model.
Yep, absolutely. And that layered strategy shows us why China developed so fast, even if some of its strategies continue to spark debate.
Definitely. It's a story full of complexities, innovations, and yes, a few trade offs along the way, but nothing short of a transformative journey.
Right on. Thanks for that deep dive. It's been really enlightening to unravel these factors step by step.
My pleasure. It's always exciting to explore how such swift transformation happens on a global stage. Until next time, keep questioning and exploring.